Hello friends! This has been on my mind to do for a while now, but I want to tell you a quick story about how it came to be, why it took me so long to actually do this video. So a few weeks ago, I would say 4 weeks ago, I started getting acne. And I never have had acne. Like maybe when I was very young, like 12, 13, my hormones were raging. I would get a pimple here and there, but this right here started coming up. And I first thought, whatever, I'm at the time, 6.5 months postpartum, no big deal, acne happens. And then it started getting worse and worse and worse. And it started spreading and getting worse. And then it started coming up here. And I thought to myself, what is going on? What in my body is going on? I need to figure this out. And I have a belief about my body, and I hope that this video can inspire you to also have this belief. And this belief is that our body is working on our behalf to show us where we need help. So in the past, let me give you an example. In the past, I would have looked at this and been like, oh, let me put frankincense right there on my skin so that my acne will heal, and just, that's it, done. This time I'm saying, what is my body trying to tell me? Everything that happens is a sign, a symptom of something that's happening in the body saying, ding, 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 warning, Bethany, something's going on. Let's see if we can fix it, right? It's a belief that this is a sign. And so I have like an arsenal of things that I know what to look for and where to go, and kind of try to play detective on myself. And I thought, I really want to teach you guys. I want to teach everyone, share, and I'm sure I could learn from several of you as well. Share what are my tricks and tips on figuring it out, because I know you probably have something. You're like, I've had this problem for so long. I've just thought it was, eczema. Well, eczema is yeast infection, candida of the skin. Dandruff is yeast infection, candida of the scalp. Why does it show up where it shows up? Why does it choose right here versus anywhere else on my body? And so I started playing detective, and I wanted to share a few of the ways that I figured this out. This edition is for liver health, and this is why, because it's what my body is trying to tell me right here. And you can't see it because I have makeup on today, but I also have acne right here and here. So what my body is trying to tell me by breaking out right here and here is that my liver needs help. How do I know that? So if you go to Google and you type in organ face map, and then you click images. I'm gonna just flip my camera around so you can see. You can see that our bodies break out in a certain spot for a reason. So let's go to the one that I typically use. Hold on, I have one that I follow all the time, and I'll find it. Some are more in depth than others. Here we go. This one's good. All right, so you can see here that liver is here in between the eyes and here above the lip, which is exactly where mine is. Also a little bit into the lung. As you can see and probably hear in my voice, my body is trying to tell me, hey, we've got a little bit of lung stuff going on. We've got some liver stuff going on. That is one way. Now, another way to kind of play detective is, and I'm not going to show you on the screen because it would just take a long time, but I know, right? What a flattering pic. I love that little girl. She's so sweet. And again, you can find these maps on Google. Another thing, and when maybe a year and a half ago, I said, guys, crazy. I just learned that the iris is actually a map to the human body. It seems so crazy, but it's true. And so if you type in Google iridology map, you can see irises. And what you can do is find your dark spots. So if you get really, really clear, you can see this really, really intensely right now. Get really, really clear. Actually, let me turn on my light for you guys and see if you can see it. So on my eye, on the right side, here I have like a little note I can show you. If this is my right eye, there is a dot right there, and that also represents the liver. So my right here, and then it's on the outside On the bottom. Oops, sorry. This is obviously, you'll do better with yourself in your mirror, but you can kind of see it if you look close enough. You see how I have certain dark spots, like right there is more intense, and there's more intense, and there's more intense. Our eyes are literally a map to our human body. It's crazy. You'll notice there will be people, as you start to be aware of this, there will be people with a very distinct mark in their eye in a spot, and when you look it up, it will be like pancreas, and then you'll find out that person has diabetes and they're on insulin. Like, it's crazy. Okay, so eyes are another way, signs, symptoms, and it's like our body is telling us, hey, this area needs support. Okay, another way is, this one is, let's see, teeth. Okay, so Chinese meridian chart. This is how Chinese practice medicine. Every tooth is like a circuit breaker, a breaker for an organ. So different teeth, let's say you get a cavity in a tooth and you're like, well, that was random. Must have gotten a little extra sugar in that tooth. I have a theory, and millions and millions of other people who practice holistic medicine have a proven theory that our teeth are actually mirroring and mimicking what's going on in our body. Typically, women with thyroid failure or thyroid issues will have a cavity in their thyroid tooth. So the teeth for liver is 1, 2, 3 over. So it's like your that one right there, and it's on both sides, top and bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Those two, and these two are liver. Okay. Crazy. All right, another way that you can kind of be the other thing I was gonna say, it's 7 to 8. So if you view, I missed this part, and I think it's important to say, the right eye at 7 to 8 p.m. So if you're seeing your eye as a clock from 7 to 8 p.m., that's where the liver is. And obviously you can go to a iridologist and have them diagnose, or you can just kind of play creative detective and try to get to the bottom of it. So when you Google liver discomfort or liver issues, what comes up on Google, literally I've not found like one holistic yet, I probably haven't searched very well, but one holistic take on it. People say your liver might be failing you if you have swollen ankles and swollen body parts, and you have yellow skin and yellow eyes, and you are not able to eat fat without like having diarrhea, like these drastic things that probably most likely happened over years and years of bad behavior, bad habits of eating too much fat every single day, drinking too much alcohol, literally harming the body. So if you were to go back from that moment in time where they just figured out that they're yellow, feeling sick, feeling gross, you go back several years, you're going to see things like this. Skin, you're going to see spots on the eyes, you're going to see when you rub someone's foot and you study, so this right here, reflexology, or even on the hand, there are spots, the nerve endings, that right there is incredibly painful for me. Like incredibly painful. It's like hurts to rub it. That right there is where the liver is in the hand. Same on the foot. So if you're getting a foot massage and you're like, whoo, that spot right there is for whatever reason super sensitive, that's your body's way of telling you something's going on. The skin is a way of telling you something's going on. I just love that our bodies are so intuitive, and it's like, it's just the craziest world when you open up the can of worms, like it's not a secret what's going on. Okay, so what to do about it? There are a few foods that you can eat that are going to be really helpful to the liver. Number one is garlic. It activates the liver's detox enzymes. Garlic is really good for you. It might not be the best smell ever, but if you put a bunch of garlic with something, like if you eat meat, you eat like chicken, do garlic and roast it, or even roast it in the oven. It will not smell as bad on your breath, and it will be delicious. You'll come to love it. It's amazing. Another thing you can do, is beets. And beets are so good for you. Some people hate the taste. You can juice it if you just need to get it in quick. Organic apples, broccoli sprouts, fermented foods, walnuts. These are all things that are really, really good for your liver. Other things that you can do for your liver are massage with essential oil. Find your liver. You can just go YouTube liver massage. Grab some Juvaflex. Juvaflex is an oil for the liver. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Lecithin. It's amazing for detoxing and helping break down fat. Castor oil packs. Basically what you do is you go to the store, you buy castor oil, you put a generous amount, maybe like a third of a cup or more on a paper towel. You put it on your liver. You wrap yourself up with saran wrap. You put a heating pad on there and you sit for like 1 to 2 hours. Put on your favorite show. Come hang out on Facebook. Do some work on Instagram if you're growing your Instagram. Whatever. Do whatever you want. You just sit there with the hot pad on your liver. Over time, over the next few days, I've known people personally to have done this and released hundreds and hundreds of stones. Craziness. Stones that were stored in their gallbladder, liver. It's incredible. It looks very different than very, very different than like regular elimination. Very obvious. And you'll notice you'll feel lighter, way more energetic after that happens. Okay, so tons of water, drinking tons of water, preaching to the choir here. I do not always love water, but it's so good for us. Okay, excuse me. A few other things to avoid. Avoid alcohol. Avoid foods that are saturated with yucky fats. So olive oil is an example of fat that could potentially benefit your body. Vegetable oil, that's like not a good quality oil, like peanut oil or anything they would use at like a fast food restaurant to deep fry something, would not help your liver. That's challenging for the liver. Fats that help the body are like avocados, nuts, things that are natural and not super processed. Coconut oil would be a good fat. But there are a lot of fats, like anything like fried, French fry, anytime the oil has gotten really, really hot in a pan, it changes the molecular structure of the oil so that our bodies don't absorb it like at all or near as well, and it makes the liver have to do double time, and the liver's tired and needs a break. So there are emotions that are also tied to the liver, and this is the part that's like, I don't like talking about this part sometimes because it's not comfortable. The emotions that are tied to the liver are anger and violence and rage, feelings of suppressed anger. So if you have had any time in your past where you maybe were told like, don't feel angry, suppress that and choose joy, instead of being taught how to properly move through feeling anger, knowing how to properly deal with it, you could have suppressed it, sent it to your liver. Your liver is the weak spot now when you have a lifestyle that has too much fat. Instead of it causing inflammation in your earlobe, it's causing inflammation and problems in your liver, right? There's a reason it's manifesting there instead of your shoulder. Or let's say your shoulder is hurting. There's a reason it went to your shoulder, not your liver. So it's important to notice, like, why is my liver acting up? What emotions could I release with this? Why does release oil happen to work so well with people who have liver disease? I don't know. It's not random. It's crazy. One time, this woman who had a horrible tragedy in her life. Her son actually was hit by a drunk driver, miraculously survived, and had several complications coming from that. Asked me what oils she could use to get rid of those feelings of anger and just violence towards this person who inflicted such horrible things on her son. And she said, I recommended Release and Trauma Life. Upon applying Release and Trauma Life, she became white, very nauseous, began vomiting, and cried a ton and was able to release those emotions. And when we're able to release those things, they don't store in our body anymore. Like, we tell our body, don't keep on to that. We don't want that anymore. So it's really important to know. All right, so let's hop into what can we do. Oh, here's a few other ones. Discernment, scarcity, fear of scarcity. Those are a few other emotions stored in the liver. So some oils and supplements that can support your liver detox process, as well as celery juice. And there's a great book that I'm so excited to read by the medical medium called like Liver Reset or something. Just go on Amazon and type medical medium liver book and you'll find it. But here are some oils and supplements that I'm doing. Right, Amanda? It's so crazy. So a few oils and supplements that I'm doing. Juvaflex is a blend of oils. It comes in both Juvaflex and Juvaflex Vitality. And Juvaflex is formed literally for the liver. So anything that comes from Young Living that starts with Juva, Juva for the liver. Juva for the liver. So when you're having things, you're like, I feel like my liver needs a little love, then that would be a great way to start. Just type in Juva. So Juvaflex comes in the regular and the Vitality. What's the difference? I'll explain it. So there's literally no difference in the quality of oils. There's just a law that says one oil must be labeled for one specific use. So Young Living said, okay, well, we'll make 2 of the same oil, put one, the name Vitality, that's for ingestion, one that doesn't say Vitality, and it's for topical. What I do personally is I ingest my one that's labeled topical because there's no difference in the quality of oil. It's just the label. So what I do is I just buy the big one, so I have a big one, and then I like having the big one, not the small one, because the Vitality typically comes in a 5 milliliter, whereas the regular one comes in the 15 ml. So Juvaflex I take, and I will rub on, or what my new process, and what I'm going to do to get rid of this, and you guys will see it in real time start to go away, I'm sure, is so I will do the massage in the morning with the Juvaflex. So I find my liver, I'm massaging it, I'm bringing circulation. The essential oils are enhancing the effect of circulation, blood flow, oxygen coming to that organ. It's saying, hey, wake up, be refreshed, we love you, we're taking care of you. Drinking celery juice, okay? And then Juvatone, and I'll read about Juvatone. This is the nastiest supplement. I didn't know pills could taste bad, but they do. These do. They are like horse pills, okay? So you have to be really committed, and who knows, maybe you'll love it. I just hate it, which typically means I need it. So Juvatone is a special herbal complex designed to support the liver. It's a little pill capsule, or it's not even capsule, it's like herb. It's like a herb pill, okay? With excellent source of choline, a nutrient, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Smart people will probably say it's actually pronounced, okay, whatever. It's choline. I need to research it. A nutrient that is vital for proper liver function and necessary for those with high protein diets. I don't eat a lot of protein, but I'm starting to, so that's good. Juvatone also contains inositol and D-L-methoinine. I'm sorry, I should have practiced this ahead of time, which help with the body's process of elimination. A lot of people have said after they start taking Juvatone, they will actually start having way more regular and way more hefty bowel movements. Methionine helps recycle glutathione, a natural antioxidant crucial for normal liver function. Other ingredients include Oregon grapefruit, a source of the liver-supporting compound berberine, and therapeutic-grade essential oils to enhance overall effectiveness. The liver is one of the most important organs of the body. It purifies the blood and is the key to converting carbs to energy. Digestion, hold on. An overtaxed liver may affect our energy, digestion, and skin. Fats and bile within the liver may easily become oversaturated with oil-soluble toxins, synthetic chemicals, and heavy metals. As toxins build, the liver becomes taxed and stressed, resulting in aggravated skin conditions, rashes, fatigue, headaches, muscle pain, digestive disturbances, pallor, dizziness, irritability, mood swings, and mental confusion. The liver also plays a major role in helping the body detoxify. So Juvatone, you're gonna wanna take Juvatone. It's $36, like a little over, I think like $36.75 for 150 of them. And you take 2 to 4 at a time. They recommend two times a day. So I'm doing 2 in the morning at breakfast, 2 at night with my late night supplements, like right before I go to bed. Okay, next is Juva Power. If you have Juva Spice before it went out of stock, it's the same thing as Juva Power with one exception. Juva Spice has a little bit of salt. So Juva Powder is like a powder. Juva Power is like a powder, and you can sprinkle it on food. It takes a little bit of time to acquire a taste to it. I am obsessed with it now. I eat it every day with meals. I sprinkle it all over. I love it now. It's a really great natural flavoring agent to me. If you're not used to eating naturally, you might not like it. So just start with a little tiny bit and grow into more of a tablespoon type. But here's the difference between Juva Power and Juva Spice. Juva Power comes in a big bottle with like an opening around the top.
Can I tell you one thing?
Yeah.
After you've done working, Carrie, can I go get a bar and character juice with you?
Ask Daddy.
Okay.
Okay. So Juva Power comes in a big bottle and it's powder in there. And then Juva Spice comes with like holes in the top, like it's a little spice shaker. The only other difference is that Juva Spice has a little bit of salt in it, whereas Juva Power does not. So what you can do, because they don't sell Juva Spice anymore, is you take your Juva your Juva Power powder, put it in a Old Spice container that you don't use or have anything else in, and then just add a new label, and you can make that so it's easy to sprinkle, because I find that when I have it in this.
It's fine, good. It's fine with me.
Okay, cool. If you try to just do it out of the big thing, you won't remember. But if it's right there by your salt or what you're already normally doing, you will remember. So it's good to do. Good to do. All right, next, if you need to up your enzymes to give your liver a little bit of a break, we have 2 different enzymes that are amazing. One is, we have many, but the 2 that I recommend are Essential Zymes 4 or Detox Zyme, or both. The difference in them are the different enzymes. So our bodies absorb different nutrients, like fat, with an enzyme called lipase. If our body isn't super good about making that lipase, we might need a little bit of help with that. So then Detox Zyme or Essential Zymes 4 might have more lipase. So if you have horrible gas, I'm just gonna get real here. If you have horrible gas after you eat fat, your body's trying to tell you you need help, not only with an organ that's processing all that fat, but you also might supplement with some fat enzyme, which is lipase. So get acquainted with enzymes, learn what enzymes you want. Let's say that you need help every time you eat protein. You have gas after you eat protein. You need an enzyme. Let me plug my phone in. You need an enzyme called protease. Yes. Sure.
I'm gonna wear this to the store.
Okay. So
To the gas station.
okay. He is so smart. He knows I'm on a video, so he comes in and asks me if we can do something together. I'm like, go ask your dad. So then he goes to the dad and says, can we? Mom said ask you if it's okay. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is when you eat certain things, carbs, fat, protein are probably the main ones, and one of those don't typically digest very well, you might want to supplement with some enzymes that will help your body absorb it. So I vote that if you are trying to give your liver a break, supplement with some enzymes that are going to help take away the burden of absorbing and dealing with the fat, because liver is mostly dealing with fat. You can let your body have a little bit of break by doing that. So Detox Zyme or Essential Zymes 4 have lipase both in them. Okay, so let me give you a little regimen. I think I already did, but let me just read it because I wrote it out. So I'll give you, also let me tell you how much they cost. Juvatone is $36, Juva Power is $44, Detox Zyme is $43. All of that will totally last you a month or more, so you're good there. Add it to your order and start incorporating it into your routine and see what happens. Just see how you feel. So here's the routine. Are you ready? You want a note? You want to take a note and you want to get exact answers? I'm going to tell you exactly, okay? I know there's always those how many drops. Remember, It doesn't matter, but I'm going to give you how many drops. I'm going to prescribe it so that it's easy for you to remember. All right. Juvaflex on the liver, AM and PM. 2 drops of Juvaflex on your liver, AM and PM. Or if you're extra, put it on your liver every time you go to the bathroom. Keep it right by your toilet, and every time just put it 2 drops on your liver. Rub it in. Say, I release any anger I'm holding. I look forward to living a life of peace and joy. Whatever. Come up with your affirmation. Second, you can do GLF, which is gallbladder liver flush. I've talked about it in this group. Combined with Juvaflex, 3 drops each in a pill capsule after every meal. So 3 drops of GLF, 3 drops of Juvaflex, Juvaflex Vitality if you want, in a pill capsule after every meal. Juvatone, 2 in the morning, 2 at night, and Juvapower sprinkled 1 tablespoon on every meal. Your liver is going to love you. Like, love you. You're going to experience so many benefits if you have a compromised liver. So those are all my tips. I'm sure I'm going to learn way more. Please let me know in the comments which organ you'd like to see a video on next as far as like signs, symptoms, and support. If you're like, I have an inkling that my respiratory system is trying to tell me something, I need help, what can I do? Whatever organ, or if it's anything, ovaries, like anything, heart, let me know, kidneys, bladder, anything, and I will get on it. I'm really excited to dive in with this. All right, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.